Mistakes to avoid while planning a trip to Spiti Valley in 2026. Number one is getting your routing wrong. Now, most people think that coming and starting your trip via Manali is a faster option since you can reach Spiti Valley faster. But it is really, really not advisable because you have to understand that the climb from Manali is really hectic on the body because you're going from, I would say, Manali, which is around 6,000 feet above sea level, to straight away Kaza in a day, which is around 10,000 to 12,000 feet. You're crossing Kunzum Pass, you'll be going to Losar and beyond, and that's really, really very bad for your acclimatization. Number two is not booking your accommodation in advance. Now, Spiti Valley has been getting a lot of crowd for the last couple of years, and this year is also the same. So, avoid going to Spiti Valley without booking your accommodation beforehand. Otherwise, you're going to be end up being stuck there without any accommodation because in places like Tabo and Kaza specifically, and even Chandatal, there is absolutely no space left for the month of June and maybe half of July. Number three is planning a very rush trip, that is a 4 night 5 day trip where you're starting from Manali or Shimla and you're ending in 4 nights 5 days. That's not going to happen. It's going to be very hectic. You're going to end up spending pretty much the same amount of money, but your body is going to take a hammering. You're going to be traveling for anywhere close to, I would say, 9 to 12 hours per day, and you're just not going to enjoy the experience. It's just going to be rushing through from one place to another. So avoid that. The fourth mistake is not giving yourself enough of rest before the journey. Now, this is very important. Why I'm saying that is because when the trip starts, it's going to be hectic, regardless of whether you're going for 6 nights or you're going for 10 nights. It's going to be hectic because you're going to be traveling a lot. Hence, before you start your trip, make sure that you're resting for at least a couple of days so that your body has enough of energy so that you can do this trip without getting exerted, because a lot of people end up finishing their work and then coming over from with a very hectic schedule, and when they start the trip in a couple of days they end up getting burnt out and tank out on the trip. So to avoid this, just make sure that you have got everything aligned and you do not leave your packing for last minute. The final mistake that you should not avoid making while planning your trip is do not plan your trip where you are going, I would say, to Chandratal on the first or second night, because that is really, really a recipe for disaster. It is very high, very windy, and extremely cold, and not at all advisable for you to start off with such a blueprint.